Thank you for joining me on your mat today. This is my second video teaching, and it's going to be a stability sequence, and I'm bringing a few learnings with me from watching my first teaching back, and one of them is that when I teach yoga, I want to teach like myself. I don't want to teach or cue like others. So that being said, if things get a little silly or haphazard, this is me bringing my authentic self to the mat, and I hope you do as well. So let's get started in a child's pose. Bring your feet to touch as you sit back towards your heels, knees spread out towards the edges of your mat, and extend your arms forward, palms placed flat on the mat. You can bring your forehead to touch the mat. Sit back towards your heels a bit more if you have the space in your hips to do so. And I personally love natural movement, so you can sway back and forth. You can lift your chest a little bit and then drop it lower towards the ground, feeling some inflection in your shoulders to open them up. Maybe you rock slightly forward, backwards, or just find stillness in your child's pose. We'll take 2 more breaths here. A deep inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold, and then exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold, and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Press up into a tabletop position. Bring your knees together closer, about hips width apart. And your wrists will be directly below your shoulders on the mat. We're going to do a few cat-cow. So inhale as you press your belly towards the mat. Lift up through your chest, the crown of your head as you inhale. Exhale, push the ground away from you, curve your spine into cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone and your chest. Exhale, cat pose. On your next inhale, hold it at the top. So 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Good. Find a neutral spine. On your next inhale, raise your right arm up and extend. Find the stretch through your wingspan. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right arm under your chest as you bring your left hand either placed on the mat above your head, or you can bring your left arm back behind your back and find, if you can find space in your chest, you can reach towards your hips and find a half bind. Take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, place your left hand down on your mat and push up, bringing your right arm to a full extension one more time. Exhale, drop your right hand to the mat. Inhale to a neutral pose. Exhale. On your next inhale, raise your left hand upward towards the sky. Hold it as you find the full length of your wingspan, opening up your shoulder. Exhale, thread the needle with your left arm towards the right side. If you took a bind or if you extended your hand, do the same on this side. I took a bind on my right arm, or on my left arm, so I'll take a bind on my right. few breaths here. Inhale, with your right palm on the mat, press up. Extend your left arm all the way up for a breath. Exhale, bring your left hand on the mat. Come into tabletop. Inhale, downward facing dog, feet about hips width apart. Press back towards your hips, up and back towards your hips through your hands, lifting your tailbone and having your head fall about right in line with your biceps. You don't have to lock out your knees. You can keep a slight bend, or you can take turns bending your right knee and your left knee as you feel the stretch through your back body. Inhale, come to the top of your mat, step feet to hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to an extended mountain pose, hands overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank and begin to lower down into chaturanga or your belly to the ground for low cobra. Inhale, either low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do 3 more Surya Namaskar A's. And as we step back into plank and flow into our chaturanga, try to extend your exhale through that entire motion. If that is a bit uncomfortable and you find yourself coming into some labored breathing, take an extra breath. And then inhale through your low cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise into extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold through the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back, high plank, and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, arms extended overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms long overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back to high plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step forward into a low malasana. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, hands to chest, and just take a deep breath here. Then you can place your hands on the ground and come back into a seat. We're going to do some quick core. And I forgot to cue at the start of class, if you have a block or something like a book about block height that you would like to use later in the core part of our stability sequence, grab that and then come into a seat on your mat. You can start with your heels on the mat, slightly leaning back, coming into a V shape or a boat. If you want to take it a bit further, extend your legs so your shins are parallel to the ground. And if you can, then come into a full V and extend your legs straight out from your pelvis. So find a variation that works for you. In boat pose, I'll do the medium. And then depending on if you're in this medium pose, we can extend out into a low boat, come together. If you're high, we're going to raise one leg, drop the other, and switch. So come into your variation, and we're going to go for 10. Extend, come together, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big sigh from shy. And then you can come to a kneel facing the side of your mat. So we'll start with our right leg fully extended into a gate pose. So you are on your left knee, your right foot is extended. You can either have your heel out, heel down, feet out, or you can place the length of your foot on the mat. Bring your hands behind your head, and we're going to do some dips towards your left side as we crunch up and really feel the dip in our right oblique for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep your core tight. So a slight tuck of the tailbone. 3, 2, 1. Great. Swap out your legs. So you come onto your right knee, your left leg goes long, hands behind your ears with a straight line from your tailbone through the crown of your head. We don't want to hunch over or bend into our dip. And a slight tuck of your tailbone. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. You can come down to your mat. I do not know how fitness instructors breathe and do strength training and speak to those in their class at the same time, because the core was a bit tough for me to do that, honestly. So we're gonna come down to a tabletop and then push back into downward facing dog, tailbone high, spine long and flat. Inhale, step, hop, jump, float, whatever you prefer, to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, you can bring your hands to heart's chest and lift your knee to your right knee up into a single leg mountain pose. Inhale, step back into warrior one. So you're going to have a 90-degree bend. You can kind of move in and out of the lunge a bit. 90-degree bend in your left leg, and your back heel is planted. Your foot's jutting out about 90 degrees. From here, inhale, and we're going to lean forward into a warrior three. We're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. If you need your block, you can have your block out in front of you for more stability. You can have your arms out like airplane arms, or you can bring your arms to frame your ears ahead of you. Ground down through your left big toe as you point your right toes straight down towards the mat, keeping a T shape, so straight line from your fingertips to your heel. I just fixed my alignment. And then slight bend in your left knee so you're not locking it out. Good. Bring your hands to chest. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Going to do a traditional connecting vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, roll forward or step, hop, jump to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to chest as you lift your left knee up, perpendicular to the ground, 90-degree bend. Single leg mountain pose. Exhale, extend your arms upward as you step backward into warrior one pose. Left heel anchored down on your mat. Left foot about 45-degree angle. Inhale, come forward into a warrior three. Left toes pointed down. Heel almost like you're stamping the wall behind you. You can have your arms back again in pyramid or in airplane pose, airplane arms, or bring your arms forward in front of you. Again, keeping a T shape from your fingertips to your heel, making sure your left hip is tilted towards the ground, trying to keep square hips with the ground. Exhale, bring your hands to chest as you step your left foot to your right and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, chaturanga. Inhale through your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, steps through. Low lunge. Take a breath here. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands. Actually, warrior one, keep your hands forward. Exhale, bring your hands by your side or to your hips and take a step or half step forward. Straighten your right leg. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, you're gonna come into a pyramid pose. You can have your hands on blocks or just on the mat on either side of your right foot. Keep a spine that's long and parallel with the ground. Inhale, exhale, fold over your right knee. Always keeping a slight bend so you don't lock it out. In your fold, make sure that you have a long linear spine from the crown of your head to your tailbone. So don't curve your back, rather lengthen and lift and then fold as far as you can, keeping your leg straight. One more inhale. In your exhale, fold a bit deeper. On your next inhale, it might be helpful to have a block in your right hand slightly in front into the side of your right foot. We're going to inhale, push off your left leg. So we're balancing only on our right into half moon. You should have a long line from your right fingertips up through your left fingertips as they're reaching towards the ceiling. Your left leg is going to stick straight out from your hips. So your legs are making a 90 degrees or L shape. And you're going to find a slight twist in your spine. So instead of your chest facing down towards the ground, it's facing towards this whatever side that you are opening up on. Few breaths in half moon. If you feel stable without the block, maybe I need one, you can place your hands down to the mat, or you can try to grab your ankle, your right ankle with your right hand, keeping your gaze on something stable slightly out in front of you. Exhale, step back to a low lunge. Inhale, push back into a high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I am getting warm from all that balancing. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through to a low lunge. Hands placed on either side of your foot. Inhale to warrior one. 90-degree bend in your front leg. Back heel down and your foot angled out to the side. Exhale, bring your hands by your side as you step forward your back foot. About a step or two. Straighten your left leg. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, keeping a flat back forward. Fold over your left foot to pyramid pose. Few breaths here. Again, keep a long spine. Maybe you want to inhale to a flat back and then exhale, lower as much as you can, keeping that straight line. If you feel like you needed a reset, that's a good way to do it. On your next inhale, grab the block with your left hand, place it just out in front into the side of your left foot, and we're going to come into half moon on the left side. Extend your left arm, balancing. Extend your left arm up towards the sky and kick through your heel on your right arm up towards the sky. Kick through your right heel towards the back wall. Finding a slight lift through your upper body so you can shine your chest to your open side instead of down towards the ground. Great. On your next inhale, step back and come to a low lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward and come down onto your knees. Sit back on your heels, and we're just going to bring our hands to our chest. Close your eyes. You can sit on a block if that's more comfortable than kneeling on your knees, and we're just going to take a few breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale gently out through your mouth. On your next inhale, come forward into tabletop. And we're just going to maneuver our right foot forward and find half split. So your heel will come onto the mat, and in a similar way that we did in pyramid pose, we're going to have our hands down on either side of our foot, probably more in line with our shin. Inhale, find a flat spine as you extend and lengthen. And then exhale, bend over your right foot, not locking out the right knee, but keeping as flat a back as you can. So you see, for me, I'm probably about 1.5 feet away from the ground, because in order to get closer, I would have to bend, and we want to keep a strong, long spine. If you like to breathe in and out of your poses like I do, you can do some pulsation. So inhale, extend, exhale, lower. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, extend, lift. Exhale, lower. I did not take my own advice and I forgot my own blocks, but if you have yours, you're going to take them to your side, provide a little bit of lift, and we're going to come into a full splits. This is a movement that I'm not able to do myself, but maybe over the next couple weeks of practice, we can get there together. So find your full splits, whatever that looks like for you. For me, this is about as far as I can go without feeling like I'm going to rip my hamstring from the bone. So I'm still keeping my flat spine. I'm really working on bringing my back leg as far out as I can, and then having my weight rest on my front heel, lowering down to my knee when I find the fullest extension of my pose. And I'm just going to rest here, maybe coming up to my back toes and lifting and lowering. I feel like I open up the pose through pulsations within the movement. And when I do this, not only do I feel the stretch in my back hamstring, but when I lift, I feel my left psoas as well, my hip flexor now. And so for these splits, it's not just a back body opening, it's the front body as well. And so if you want to try coming up on your back toes, do so safely. And when you've had enough of this, we're going to slowly scoot our right knee forward, inching it forward with our back toes like you see me here. And then once you get to a comfortable spot where you feel like you can bring your right foot forward or your right foot back, finding tabletop, let's do that. Pause in tabletop, maybe wiggle our hips, shake out our legs. And then we're going to do the same on the left side. So you can rise, bring your left foot forward, however you want to maneuver to bring it forward. Placing the weight in your left heel. Inhale, long spine, chest high. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Both sides will probably feel different. I think you can be the judge of that, but I feel a little bit more flexible in this left side. And from here, you can find those inhale, long spine extensions. Exhale, keeping the long spine lower. Inhale, extend through half split. Exhale, melt into half split. Once more, if you're doing the pulsations, inhale, extend. Exhale, melt. Okay, if you have your blocks, move them to about by your thigh or your hips as you press your body back into your full expression of a split. You're going to, again, keep the weight in your front heel. If you want to, do more of those pulsations on the back foot to really open up your front body on the right side, that right hip flexor. You can join me. As you inhale up in the pulse, And then exhale, knee to the ground. One of these days, those of you like me who are quite far from the mat, we're gonna get this, if it's a goal you have. I think it might be a goal of mine. Okay, when you're ready, inch your back foot forward. This is how we're coming out of the pose. Bring your left leg, sweep it out to the side. Find tabletop, wiggle your hips, kick out through your back, through your tops of your feet onto the mat, shake it out. Great. And then we're going to do a little bit of counter posing. So we're going to push back into a downward dog. Inhale, raise your right leg high. Exhale, come through to a pigeon. So that means that your shin is either parallel with the top of your mat or knee to ankle is angled, maybe 45 degrees. As you extend your back leg, for me it's my left out, I'm going to look back to make sure that my leg is extended directly out from my hip, not on an angle. Bring your palm to the mat. Inhale. Long spine through your chest. Exhale. Fold forward over your front leg. You can come all the way down. Rest your forehead on the mat. Or, like me, you can keep some space between your chest and the mat. I get heavy through the hip of my bent leg, so the hip of my front leg. And I like to really feel like I'm sitting back into that hip. And with doing that, I can't always access the mat. One more breath here. And then roll over to your right hip or your front hip and push yourself up. We're going to bring our left foot to the inside of our right thigh. Extend our right leg forward. Inhale. Extend your arms upward. Exhale, fold over your knee into a forward fold. We did a lot of balancing so far today. So I love pigeon and forward fold for a bit of grounding. Inhale, rise. Exhale, place your left hand, if your right leg is out in front of you, place your left hand slightly behind you in line with your left hip. And you're going to push up onto your right shin. So your hips go up and forward. Your right heel's on the mat and your left arm's going to come directly back in front of you. Maybe you bend your elbow. Stare back in the direction of your hand. It's a stargazer. Nice counter bend to those forward folding stretches. And then come down, take a seat. You can swivel your knees around and under you, finding downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shin forward to pigeon pose. Left shin parallel or slightly angled with the front of your mat. Right foot out. Check that there's a long straight line from the hip socket through your heel. And then come down as far as you would like. You can also stay high in pigeon and really sink into your hip and the front leg. If you're like me, maybe it's the left. But come down to where you feel comfortable holding this stretch for a few moments. On your next inhale, press yourself up and roll slightly onto your left hip. You're going to extend your left leg as you bring your right foot in towards your left thigh. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Grab your shin, your ankle, your foot, whatever you have access to. I think this is my favorite stretch ever. Forward fold. Single leg or both legs, it doesn't matter. I just love forward fold, feeling in my full back body from my lower back all the way down my leg. Inhale, lift. Place your right hand behind your right hip. Lift up onto your right shin as you extend your left foot forward. Left arm back, your gaze follows. Your hips press up and forward. Stargazer. Exhale. Come down to a seat. Extend your legs out in front of you. One more inhale, arms high. Exhale, slowly lower to the ground. Close your eyes. Extend your legs. Let your feet and your arms relax. Feel the weight of your body on your mat. Find your breath once more. And welcome your mind and body into the final resting pose, Shavasana. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like, but if you're ready to move on with your day, keep your eyes closed and just bring some awareness back to your breathing. With a still body, take a few more breaths. Then start to bring some movement back into your fingertips and your toes. Extend your arms overhead, your feet out long. And then keeping your eyes closed, roll over onto one side, whichever one, for fetal position. Beginning the process of reawakening your mind and body. Inhale, press up to a seat facing the front of your mat. If you opened your eyes, flutter them closed again. You can rest your hands on your knees with your palms facing upward. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, bring your hands forward together at your chest. Exhale deeply. On your third and final inhale of class, inhale your thumbs to third eye center. Fill your chest and belly with the air and gratitude for your practice. Slowly exhale from your belly to your chest, bowing forward with gratitude and thanks for your mind, body, and this movement. Namaste. Thank you.